Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing good on this lovely Labor Day, special day today. Hope you're all home relaxing or out there doing something, I guess. Welcome to another video of Emil's Corner. And in this video, first, I'd like to go back to August the 5th. August the 5th, Montreal, Bell Center. I had the opportunity to watch Iron Maiden live at the Bell Center, and great show. Great show. This is part of their Legacy of the Beast tour. And I think the guys from Maiden has put on really a great show, not just in terms of the music and the performing, but also in terms of the theatricals, of the entertainment. Their mascot, Eddie, of course, that was on stage for a part there on the Trooper. Uh, and also just the immense background of culture that Bruce Dickinson and the guys from Maiden bring to their audience through their amazing songs there. So, great show. I know just before the show, I released just a quick video of me being present at the site there back then. But no, we had a great evening, and the guys have put on a good performance. So in this video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to talk about an Iron Maiden track that was part of an album that didn't really peak back then. The album is called Virtual 11. Came out in 1998, and that album had a bit of a special sound to it. Adrian Smith on the guitars there was not part of the lineup for this album. He was replaced by Janet Kurz. And obviously, Bruce Dickinson was not part of that lineup as well. He was replaced by vocalist Bailey. Okay, um, Blaze Bailey, and I think Blaze has done a good job on this album overall, but the critics did not really gave that album a big ranking. It does sound different. I gotta tell you that. On the artwork, I mean, it came out in 1998, and on the artwork, they promote, the era of virtuality. I mean, the internet and all the cyber technologies back then in 1998 have started sinking in pretty well into people's modern lives and habits, and also there were two other aspects that were promoted in this album. It's the release of their the first video game called Ed Hunter, which features their mascot Eddie, and as well as they wanted to go on a publicity tour by playing football games. That's European football, by the way, and it was a 1998 FIFA World Cup back then, so they wanted to contribute to the publicity of this event by playing themselves a few football games. So that's why you'll see that in the album's artwork and booklet. But on this album, although it did not perform very well, uh, there is one song that has really caught my attention that I want to share a few bits and pieces with you guys. It's called "The Clansman." Okay, and they have played that song during their show in Montreal back on August the 5th, and they played as well during their Legacy of the Beast tour. So, first of all, here's the opening of the song, The Clansman. That's how it starts. Okay, listen to this, and then I'll come back with more discussions over this. So you've heard the beginning of the song "The Clansman" that was part of the Virtual 11 album. Great opening, really catches my attention. I mean, you really hear the in-depth sound of the guitar at the beginning, and I think this song gives quite a progressive twist to Iron Maiden's music. I mean, Iron Maiden. It's not the. I gotta warn you though, it's not the Iron Maiden that you're used to listening to. That was back in the '80s, going from Number of the Beast, Killers, Number of the Beast, going through Power Slave and the Peace of Mind and Somewhere in Time. These albums that we were used to listening to, that really provided a great deal of metal and energy in it, where you can tell by this type of album that playing it on stage also requires a lot of energy here. But in this album, in this video, in this track, sorry, it's a little different. It gives it more of a progressive twist, and really what they're singing in this track called "The Clansman" is William Wallace, which was performed by Mel Gibson in the movie, the successful movie Braveheart, who wanted to free the Scottish from the British. So again, they still have that that thing where they bring history and culture into their music. But now here's another part of the Clansman. I'm going to show you two parts where it really starts off, and as well as another part being the guitar solo. So listen to these two parts there, and I will get back to you with a bit more information.
To belong, I am a Clansman. Freedom!
Well, what do you guys think? Isn't that well made? I mean, it's unfortunate that the album didn't perform well, but there's a few other good songs on the album. One of them being "Future Real." That was the one that was released there on the media back then. Much Music and Music Plus and heavy metal shows. But again, it's like I said earlier, it's an album that promotes, virtual technology, and especially with the computer game Ed Hunter that was released and all. But really, now back to the song on the Clansman, like all of a sudden, you get that energy burst, and then the guitar solo is great. I think Janet Gers and Dave Murray uh, did a really, really good job. I mean, on this album, again, Adrian Smith is not part of the lineup, and I think Adrian Smith is a very talented guitar player. I really enjoyed the work that he did on the album Somewhere in Time alongside with Dave Murray, and without also forgetting probably the a big mastermind behind the band here, Steve Harris, who wrote the song "The Clansman," and I think he's done a phenomenal job. So I think Iron Maiden fans, pure diehard Iron Maiden fans, would probably recognize that song and would know what I'm talking about. But I think the Clansman needs to go out more out there. It needs to be reached further out into the heavy metal community. Awesome, awesome song, and just before I finish off, I just want you to hear how the ending of the song is pretty much similar to the opening. And again, it's not like the albums we're used to listening. It's something different. But like I've said in other videos, I mean, if you want to hear some good heavy metal, again, you will be well served. Some critics said, again, it's not like the Iron Maiden that we're used to listen to, and some critics have also said that it takes a lot of patience to listen to this album. Trying to like it. Um, but really, I mean, the Clansman has really got my attention, and that's what I want to share with you guys. And I was really proud that they have played it during that show back in August, and it's part of the Legacy of the Beast tour. Especially also that it was performed by a different singer back then with Blaze Bailey, and I think Blaze Bailey has done a really good job. And then that was the second and the last album with Blaze Bailey singing for Iron Maiden, because Bruce Dickinson came back after. But no, I mean, overall, the guys I think did a pretty good job on this album. It's another Iron Maiden thing, even though it sounds different. But I'll finish off by one last segment of the Clansman, and I hope you learned something new. I hope that you've discovered a new facet of Iron Maiden that you probably didn't know. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Take care. See you on the next one.